Someone drove off a used car lot last week in a $19,000 vehicle with a weaker engine, higher mileage, and a repair history that would make any mechanic walk away. 3 spots down in that same lot sat a car with half the miles, a stronger drivetrain, and an engine I have personally seen run past 300,000 miles on nothing but oil changes. Price tag? $6,800. It sat there for 3 weeks. Nobody touched it. I have spent over 20 years as a working mechanic, not a blogger, not a reviewer, someone who actually gets under these cars, pulls the engines apart, and sees exactly what breaks and what does not. Everything I am about to tell you comes from that shop floor. Real cars, real customers, real numbers. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 5 cars under $10,000 are worth every penny, and which overpriced options you need to stop considering immediately. Skip any part of this, and you risk making a used car mistake that will cost you thousands. Let us get into it. Every car on this list is exceptional, but this list goes from excellent to almost unbelievable. Number 1. I have recommended it to over 40 people in the last 3 years. Not one of them has come back with a repair bill over $200. One of them just crossed 340,000 miles on the original engine and original transmission. I'm saving that one for last because you need the full picture first, and once you have it, the way you shop for used cars will never be the same. Starting with number 5 right now. Number 5. The 2009 Toyota Corolla. A 24-year-old electrician came into my shop 2 years ago with exactly $7,200 and zero patience for car payments. He had been looking at a 2012 Honda Civic with 98,000 miles for $8,900. I told him to put that money down and walk away. Instead, I pulled up a 2009 Toyota Corolla, 1 owner, full service history, 104,000 miles, $6,800. He looked at me like I had suggested he buy a bicycle. He bought it anyway. That was 26 months ago. He has put 41,000 miles on it since. Total repairs, 1 set of brake pads and a cabin air filter, $60 combined. Here is why. The engine in that Corolla is the 2ZR-FE 1.8-liter, naturally aspirated, timing chain, no turbo, no direct injection carbon problems, nothing complicated waiting to fail. Toyota has been refining this exact engine family for decades. It does not make exciting power, it makes one thing: reliability. RepairPal puts the annual repair cost on this generation Corolla at $362 per year. That is not good for the money. That is just genuinely exceptional. Before buying, check 3 things. First, look for oil consumption on examples past 180,000 miles. Second, check the struts. They soften around 100,000 miles, and a full set runs $400. Third, buy a Southern car whenever possible. Road salt is this engine's only real enemy. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants to spend under $8,000 and forget they own a car for the next decade. Who should skip it? Anyone who needs all-wheel drive or needs to tow anything heavier than a small trailer. That engine will outlast the body around it. But number 4 has something that even most mechanics do not know about. A design decision so overbuilt it was never supposed to exist at this price point, and right now it is sitting on lots for under $9,000 because almost nobody recognizes what they are looking at. Number 4. The 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord V6. A contractor in his mid-40s came into my shop 18 months ago. He had just sold his truck and needed a reliable daily driver under $9,000. He wanted nothing to do with a Honda Accord, said it felt like a compromise. I pulled up a 2010 Accord V6 EXL, 1 owner, service records from the dealer since new, 109,000 miles, $8,800. He sat in it for 4 minutes and bought it the same afternoon. That was 16 months ago. He has put 33,000 miles on it since. Total repairs? One VTC actuator rattle fix at cold start, $140. That is it. Here's what dealers will never tell you. In over 20 years of wrenching, I have personally seen 3 Honda Accord V6s from this generation cross 350,000 miles on original engines and original transmissions. Not 1, not 2, 3 of them coming through my own shop. That is not a statistic. That is something I have seen with my own hands. The engine is Honda's J35 3.5-liter V6, naturally aspirated, timing chain, port injected, no turbo. The same engine Honda put in the Pilot, the Ridgeline, and the Odyssey. It has been in continuous production across multiple platforms for over 2 decades. RepairPal puts annual repair costs at $440. Consumer Reports gave the 2011 and 2012 model years a perfect 5 out of 5 reliability score. Before buying, check 3 things. First, listen for a VTC actuator rattle on cold start, 1 to 2 seconds of light ticking that disappears when warm. It is common, it is cheap, it is a $140 fix. If you ignore it at high mileage, it becomes expensive. Do not ignore it. Second, check the automatic transmission fluid. Dark or burnt-smelling fluid means the previous owner skipped changes. Budget $150 for a full flush and move on. Third, check the power window regulators. Known weak point on this generation. Budget $150 per window if needed. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants near luxury comfort, real V6 power, and Honda reliability for under $9,000. Who should skip it? Anyone who needs all-wheel drive or plans to use it as a work vehicle. Most people walk past this car every single day and never realize what is under the hood. But number three is the one that made a senior engineer at a competing automaker tell his own son to go buy one used. I will explain exactly why in about 30 seconds. Number 3. The 2014 to 2018 Mazda 3 Skyactiv 2.5-liter. A delivery driver came into my shop 14 months ago. He was putting 400 miles a week on his car and needed something that would not bleed him dry in repair bills. He had his eye on a used Toyota Camry for $11,000. I stopped him right there. I pulled up a 2016 Mazda 3 Skyactiv 2.5-liter, Grand Touring trim, 1 owner, 89,000 miles, $9,200. He was skeptical. Mazda felt like a risk to him. He bought it anyway. That was 14 months ago. He has put 52,000 miles on it since. Total repairs, 1 set of wiper blades and an air filter, $38 combined. Here is the number that should end every argument about this car. RepairPal puts the annual repair cost of the Mazda 3 at $286 per year. That is the lowest of any compact car in its entire segment. Lower than the Civic, lower than the Corolla, lower than everything people tell you to buy when they want to sound smart about used cars. The engine is the Skyactiv G 2.5-liter, naturally aspirated, no turbo, port injected, and running a 14-to-1 compression ratio that engineers at competing companies said could not be done reliably at this price. Mazda did it anyway. The result is exceptional fuel economy, strong power, and almost nothing in repair bills. Now here is the viral math moment. The average car payment in America right now is $735 a month. That is $8,820 per year just in payments, before insurance, before maintenance, before anything. The delivery driver I just told you about has owned his Mazda for 14 months. Total spent on the car, including purchase price, $9,238. Someone with an average new car payment has spent more than that in loan payments alone in the same period. Let that sink in slowly. Before buying, check 3 things. First, check the rear wheel arches on northern state cars for rust bubbling. Earlier Skyactiv models had some corrosion issues in harsh winters. Second, look for complete oil change records. This engine loves clean oil, and neglected changes are the only real problems these cars develop. Third, the 2014 and 2015 infotainment systems are slow. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing. From 2016 onward, the system is noticeably better. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants the lowest possible annual running cost in a compact car with real driving feel. Who should skip it? Anyone who needs all-wheel drive or maximum cargo space. 9 years of ownership, almost nothing spent. That is what this car delivers. But number 2, I almost left number 2 off this list entirely. Not because it does not deserve to be here, because once I tell you the one thing you absolutely must know before buying it, you are going to understand exactly why the market has completely mispriced this car, and that works entirely in your favor. Number 2. The 2010 to 2014 Subaru Outback 2.5i. A retired engineer 2 towns over from me bought a 2011 Subaru Outback for $11,000 back in 2015. All-wheel drive, wagon, naturally aspirated 2.5 liter. He called me last month. He is at 267,000 miles, 0 major repairs, not one. His exact words: "I am going to drive this thing until it hits 400,000 miles or I die, whichever comes first." Right now, clean examples with under 120,000 miles are sitting at $7,500 to $9,500. All-wheel drive wagon utility at that price makes almost no financial sense. But here is the one thing I promised to tell you honestly, because this is what separates real advice from content that just tells you what you want to hear. The 2010 to 2012 models can develop head gasket seepage at higher mileage, typically past 150,000 miles, if the cooling system was neglected. This is a known issue. It has a known fix. If the gaskets have already been replaced, and many of these cars have had it done, you are buying a car with 0 concerns. If the gaskets are original at 160,000 miles, negotiate $1,500 off the asking price and get it done properly. Problem solved, permanently. The engine is the EJ253 2.5 liter flat 4. No turbo, no intercooler, no complicated forced induction system waiting to fail at 80,000 miles. Just a naturally aspirated engine with documented cases of going well past 250,000 miles on basic maintenance. Before buying, check 3 things. First, check the coolant color before anything else. If it is brown or rusty instead of clean green or orange, the gaskets are seeping and the previous owner ignored it. Walk away or go very hard on price. Second, ask for service records showing the repair was done with OEM Subaru coolant conditioner. That is the correct procedure. Third, test the all-wheel drive on a gravel patch and listen for any clicking or binding from the center differential. Who should buy it? Anyone who needs all-wheel drive, genuine cargo space, and Subaru longevity for under $10,000. Who should skip it? Anyone who cannot handle one known issue with a known cheap fix and wants 0 homework before buying. The market has not figured this one out yet. You now have. But number 1? Number 1 is the car I have been building toward this entire video. The one I have recommended to over 40 people. The one where not a single person has come back with a repair bill over $200. The one where someone just crossed 340,000 miles. I promised you at the start that your first reaction would be to push back. I meant it, and I also meant what comes after that. Number 1. The 2007 to 2011 Toyota Camry V6. I already know what you were thinking. Camry, that is the big reveal? That is what you have been building toward this whole time? Yes, and here is why. A delivery driver I mentioned earlier puts 400 to 500 miles a week on his car. His old vehicle died at 180,000 miles, and he needed something that would not do the same thing. He had his eye on a used Honda Accord for $13,000. I pulled up a 2009 Camry V6 XLE, 104,000 miles, $7,200. He looked at me like I had lost my mind. He bought it anyway. He has put 38,000 miles on that car since. Total repair bill? One set of spark plugs, $60. That is it. Here is why I'm obsessed with this specific generation. The engine is the 2GR FE 3.5-liter V6. It produces 268 horsepower. It runs on a timing chain, not a belt. No turbo, no direct injection carbon problems, no complicated systems waiting to fail. It is port injected, naturally aspirated, and it was built to run forever. RepairPal gives this generation Camry a 4 out of 5 reliability rating. Average annual repair cost, $388. That is barely more than 2 oil changes. Now here is the number that makes this the #1 pick on this entire list. I have recommended this exact car to over 40 people in the last 3 years. Not one of them has come back with a repair bill over $200. One of them just crossed 340,000 miles on the original engine and original transmission. I have never, in over 20 years of working on cars, seen this engine fail before the body rusts out around it. Never once. Before buying, check 3 things. First, look for any signs of oil consumption. Ask for service records and check the dipstick yourself on the test drive. Second, pull the transmission dipstick if you can. Dark or burnt-smelling fluid means the previous owner neglected it. Budget $150 for a flush and move on. Third, get underneath and look for rust, especially if the car came from a northern state. Buy a southern car whenever possible. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants a V6 sedan with real power, real reliability, and almost zero maintenance cost for under $9,000. Who should skip it? Anyone who needs all-wheel drive or needs to tow anything beyond a small trailer. If someone handed me $10,000 cash tomorrow and told me to buy one used car to drive for the next decade, I would not browse, I would not compare. I would find the cleanest 2009 Camry V6 available in my area, and I would sleep like someone who just made the smartest financial decision of the year. That is not an opinion. That is 20 years of watching engines live and die. So, there it is. 5 cars, all under $10,000, all proven on the shop floor, not in ads, not in sponsored reviews, not in dealer showrooms. The 2009 Toyota Corolla, the car that costs less per year to run than most people spend on coffee. The 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord V6, the engine I have personally seen cross 350,000 miles 3 separate times. The 2014 to 2018 Mazda 3 Skyactiv, the lowest annual repair cost of any compact car in its class. The 2010 to 2014 Subaru Outback 2.5i, all-wheel drive and 400,000-mile potential for under $10,000. And the 2007 to 2011 Toyota Camry V6, the single best used car you can buy right now if you never want to think about repairs again. Next time a salesperson tries to put you in a $25,000 3-year-old vehicle with a 72-month loan, you now know better. Save this video, send it to someone who is about to make an expensive mistake. Subscribe, because next week I am releasing the video I have been most nervous about making. 5 cars that mechanics personally warn their own families never to buy. No matter how cheap the price looks, no matter what the seller tells you. That one is going to hurt some feelings, and it might save you from the worst financial decision you ever make. Drive smart, buy smart. I will see you in the next one.